Dear friends, good morning. On Monday the 21st of September. Many people have said that during lockdown they gained a new appreciation for nature all around us. Without so much traffic in the spring, we noticed how loud the birdsong was, even in the middle of the town. Our local parks and green spaces took on a new importance for us as places for our daily exercise. Many of us who are fortunate enough to have gardens became obsessively interested in every plant as it emerged and in the insect and bird life. I got to know virtually every bird that came to the feeder in our garden, and I really miss them now that their broods have fledged. Naturalists say that the lack of human disturbance during the breeding season has led to a re-emergence of wildlife in all sorts of unexpected places. And yet there are many depressing accounts of antisocial behaviour during lockdown, from the littering of beaches and parks, vandalism and arson in nature reserves, wild swimming in ecologically sensitive places, and the illegal shooting of protected species. There's been a massive increase in the use of single-use plastics, and on a recent bike ride in the Cotswolds, I noticed amongst the plethora of litter in the verges, many discarded face masks. Human nature didn't change during lockdown, and this kind of contempt for God's world is just one manifestation of the sin and selfishness that lurks deep within our hearts. The truth is that nature was in deep trouble long before the pandemic. The continued destruction of the Brazilian rainforests and the poaching of rhinos continues to hit the headlines, and David Attenborough's recent series about the rapid extinction of species is horrifying. But what we don't notice so much is the wildlife-depleted landscape in which we now live. I became aware of this in the 20 years that we lived in Burford. As a fisherman, I was most conscious of it in the changes in the River Windrush, which I witnessed turn from a clear Cotswold stream full of insect and plant and fish life to a dirty, grey, polluted ditch because of water extraction, sewage overflow and runoff from the pesticide and herbicide-soaked fields. But the question is, what do we do about all of this? I recently heard an environmental scientist saying that simply giving the people the data about the change in the natural world is not enough. The problem is how to change people's behaviour. And that's just the point. How do you make people who are inherently selfish live in a more altruistic and generous way towards other people and the world in which we live? That, of course, is a spiritual question because it touches on the deepest recesses of the human heart. Only when we begin to see that this world is not ours, it belongs to the God who created it and loved it enough to become human and to live in it and die for it, will we begin to have the change of heart which will make us willing to sacrifice some of the ways in which we live and consume. I'm really pleased that A Rocha, the Christian conservation organisation, is going to be one of our mission partners, and I hope very much that they will inspire us to make a difference where we can. God bless you today.